Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Season 8, Episode 3. Now, Chris, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, I think we need to start with the love romance that were being forced on us between Gemma and Davide. You know, they went on a date. Dave, I don't want to keep talking about him, and I can see online like she's just getting stick, and he is. I don't trust this guy, Dave. I'll be honest. I think Gemma. I think your point is stuck in my head about the maturity of her. She's the youngest one there, 2 years in lockdown. I think that's a lot to do with it. And I do think because she's within this closed environment world and she's been brought up with money and all this stuff, there's not I'll say a level of entitlement, but there's a sort of arrogance, I think, that I don't know whether it's nervousness. I don't know. But Davide, Dave, this guy, he's got the package, he's got everything, but I just don't trust him. I think when the new girls come in, and we're going to see them obviously in tomorrow's episode, he's going to be straight in there. I don't believe this romance and that bloody cutting lemonade bollocks, whatever they were doing, lemons. I thought this is one of the worst dates I've seen on Love Island. It was crap.
Yeah, I'm with you. Although I was thinking about it slightly differently after the episode. And I was thinking, well, have they just brought the baby challenge forward for Davide? No, I have seen a lot of stick for Gemma, and it's in the news that the Owen family are scrambling to get her set up with a PR company because, you know, she's getting so much negative press and stuff. But you've got to kind of taper that with, I still think she is a child. I think that she comes across like nasty and boring, quite honestly. I still laugh at her own bio. It's like, oh yeah, I'm fun and flirty. No, nasty and boring is where I'd pigeonhole you. But I am going to give her a little bit of a pass because she just seems so young to me. She's just like the most attractive girl at school who's got all of the, you know, boys falling over themselves for her. And, you know, she's not been able to go out in a pub or a club in Chester or probably Liverpool, Manchester without people knowing that she's Michael Owen's daughter. And she has that kind of arrogance with her, but she just needs to grow up a little bit. And I think I don't know where these two are going to go, but you can look at her as an individual. Davide, you know, again, he's incredibly good looking. He's Paolo from Friends, isn't he? He's basically him. I just think I don't like the coyness. To me, that speaks to him being a little bit of a player. But, you know, let's kind of see there. But, yeah, I think ITV have just got it wrong as well. It's like everyone is like, you know, looking through their fingers. Is the oldest contestant really going to pick the youngest contestant? Is that how this is going to go? And ITV are like, certainly is. And we're going to send them on the first date as well. So... You know, we've seen it a few times from the producers, haven't they? They just don't read the pulse of the nation. But yeah, I think the other reason Gemma is getting a bit of stick is she's just fairly horrible to Liam, you know, and old, you know, Dumb and Dumber there, you know, you're saying there's a 1 in a million chance. He's just not reading it at all, is he? But the nation spoke, Chris, because he's the one walking away with the dates, which I was very sad about because I wanted Davide to go on them.
That's who we voted for, Dave.
We want to stir the pot. We don't want to feel sorry for Liam. Come on, get over it. Just stir the pot and create some drama.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I must say, Dave, we did get a little bit of spice today. I think Luca's got a bit of a temper on him, Dave. So Andrew double-dipped him, didn't he? I think Luca's, he was quite upfront, and Andrew had a word with him and Ollie and speaking to Tasha, and he's like, oh, he's stirring it here. And when we were talking about it in Discord tonight, and I was like, oh, hang on a minute. And then it was very apparent what he'd done, but Luca did pull him, Dave. I don't think Luca's going to suffer fools gladly, whether you like him or not. I quite like what he did there. I thought he's calling this fucking Joker out, to be honest.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'd missed it, and you guys were talking about it on Discord, that Andrew had basically said to Tasha, "Oh, you're not in Luca's top 3. Just try and cock block him essentially. Andrew's interested in Tasha, so it is a bit snaky, absolutely. But I'm rubbing my hands. I'm like, oh, fucking get in. This is you don't say shit like that, and it doesn't come back to you. So this is a bit of drama. But Chris, and you're right, Chris. I think Lucas does have probably a little bit of a temper, and he said, didn't he? On the outside it'd be a bit different, but Chris, they just talked it out, and Andrew just fucking folded.
Yeah,
I had my money on him. I was like, come on, let's fucking have some drama here. They just sat down and discussed it like mature adults. I was very disappointed, Chris. I was thinking, this is the first proper bit of drama that we're going to get. And it left me a bit flat, to be quite honest, because I'm like, oh, we're into season 8 now. And we keep hoping for, some of the highlights, some of the drama that we've seen in the past. And I'm like, is that dead? They're all too fucking self-aware. They've seen all the series before. They know how, to handle some of these conflicts that come up. Is Love Island as we knew it dead, Chris?
Well, at the moment, Dave, I wouldn't say it's got off to a roaring start. I wouldn't. I'm hoping that the new girls coming in. The thing is, Dave, with the new girls coming in, nobody other than Gemma and Davide are in a proper relationship, are they? Well, actually, I tell a lie, because the one couple who've got chemistry, we finally got some airtime at the end, was Dami and Amber. They kissed, and there is proper chemistry between them. It was a polar opposite to Gemma and Davide. They were sort of like two really good-looking people, but there's just nothing between them. It's a fucking like two planks of wood talking to each other. It was really boring. Oh, right, yeah, oh, whatever. It was so boring, their conversation. But when you looked at Amber and Demi, it was really Demi, sorry. It was really sweet. I thought there was a good bit of there. There was a bit of passion in the kiss. And that was at the end of the episode. I mean, we even got India and Akina actually had a chat now, Dave. They got a bit of airtime finally, which was good. I don't think there's much there. That's a bit of an awkward relationship, and that's just convenience thing at the moment. It might develop. He said he did like her and that. I don't know. But I think the stuff that's being forced on us with Gemma and Davide is just what's put me off slightly at the moment. However, it would have been Davide all day long for the date. That would have stirred it. But I'm saying that. I don't think Gemma would have been asked. I think she'd have been like, all right, mate, whatever. I don't think she's had to fight for guys, Dave, even though at such a young age. I think because she is good looking. She's got this thing at the back. But I was pissing myself, Dave, because I thought, this is the bit she's going to say about her dad. And then Hannah had a pop at me saying, because I've mentioned the reality radar, or I'd said it, Dave, she stopped it. But I did think there was a time there when she was talking to him about her family. She's going to drop in there about her dad.
Yeah.
Like, go on, say it. And she hasn't, to be fair. We're 3 episodes in and she's not mentioned him yet.
Yeah. And, I just think that there is zero chemistry between Gemma and Davide. They are both extremely good-looking people, but when they talk, they're just on slightly different wavelengths. It's jarring, and she's going on about, she's really looking for someone to be family-oriented, and he's just fucked off from Italy and left all his family behind there, so clearly not, and like when they talk, there's almost, he tries to make a little joke and then she has a little snipe back at him. It just feels awkward. Now, again, the bastard in me, Chris, wants this to thaw out, wants them to get on a bit better, wants this fucking weird age gap relationship to blossom a little bit so it can get fucked up further down the line. But because you're right, there's not really that much in the other couples. And again, I still think it's down to this letting the public choose the couples at the start.
Yeah, I think so. I agree, Dave. I think that's what's missing. But I do when you watch these things, Dave, and you're like, what the fuck? Now, I get called out by Sam off the podcast because she'll say to me, I said that, and I've like brought it up in the show. And I will give her credit these days, Dave. There is the odd time I've nicked a bit of Sam's source material. But she spotted Luca was talking to Tasha. What the fuck is going on? You know, obviously Crocs are back in, and I've took the piss. Me and my brothers have took the piss out of my dad for years because he's been wearing Crocs when they first come out, Dave, and they were always like an old Duffers type shoes. Now Crocs are in, aren't they? I mean, I've even looked at Adidas Crocs recently I was going to buy, so I can't really say anything for myself. I'm calling myself out, but, you know, they're in. But Luca had on Angela Lansbury fucking chain around his shades, Dave, like he's a fucking librarian. So when he's talking to Tasha, he's got Sam went, why the fuck has he got that chain on his glasses? You know?
Dame Edna.
Yeah, Dame Edna. And I'd not noticed it. And then I went, I'm using that. And I went, I'll give you credit before you say anything because Sam will give it me. But we watched it and I was like, what the fuck are they? Now, are these a fashion statement, Dave, that are going to come in and we're going to be like, oh, yeah, everyone's going to have them on? I don't know. But they were really, really jarring. And I kept thinking of, I also kept thinking of, Dave, this is a proper left field reference, but in Greece, the head teacher wears them when she's talking. The bing bong thing comes on, goes, bing bong, you know, whatever the school's called, and she's chatting away, and she's got them on the end of her nose. And every time we talk to Tasha, I'm like, Tasha must be thinking, I can't take you fucking seriously. You've got your fucking grandma's fucking sunglasses on. So just a silly observation that made us both chuckle tonight.
Yeah, but I completely agree. It did look odd, but you know, I so out of touch with fashion, Chris. No idea if that's what the kids are going to be wearing. You know, I mean, it was old in Greece, which is set in the 50s, but there you go. I tell you what else was weird. We talked about Luca and Andrew kind of having a bit, you know, the promise of a bit of drama, and then it all fizzled out. But did you not think it was weird for Luca to go chewing Paige's ear off about what Andrew had done because he is, you know, he does have genuine interest in Tasha, whereas Paige is like, well, what are you telling me that for?
Yeah, I like Paige actually, Dave. I think she's quite, she seems quite normal, doesn't she? She's not come in there airs and great. Obviously, I've not had a lot of time in front of the cameras for us. It's been about other couples, but she comes across quite nice at the moment. I think her and Tasha, out of all the contestants, are my favourite because they seem normal. There doesn't seem to be anything. With the lads seem a bit threatened because of Davide, and obviously I understand that. But the guys are not giving me a lot, whereas they're the two that seem to be quite bubbly and quite chatty. They seem quite normal about them. They're not prancing around with all the makeup on and that. They're just there to have a good time. So at the moment they seem, and when they talk in the VT, they come across really well, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I just thought it was weird because, you know, Luca is kind of, you know, he's open to something with Paige as well, you know, and he's sort of trying a bit footsie in the bed and stuff. And it's like, it just seems weird out of all the people in the villa to be speaking to her about your interest in Tasha. Just very strange. I mean, those two are the favourites for the girls, you know, to win according to Betfair.
Well, at the moment, I'd agree, Dave, to be honest. I think Tasha may be the favourite over all of them, I think, over Paige slightly. She's been featured a bit more. I do think as well, though, Dave, like, again, the show dragging it out. I know it's on longer this time, and, you know, it's fucking 8 to 10 weeks or whatever it is. It's a long session, this one. But they bigged up these new girls at the end of the last episode. And then tonight, we don't even see them do it until the end. We get the same VT and we get literally 2 minutes of them, like, you know, Ekin Sanchez coming in, Athia, they're coming in, and that's it. I would have thought if they were going to do that, they should have just announced that these two girls want a date at the end of this episode, because I was anticipating a little bit of drama. The green-eyed monster comes out because whether it's a good-looking guy comes in or good-looking girls, whoever it is, they're always looking over the shoulder, aren't they? Like, oh, I feel a bit threatened. That's the whole point of the show. But it just seems a bit of a waste, really. I was like, well, you could have just announced these tonight. We didn't need it last night, because I was anticipating some of that didn't happen. Yeah. And again, I think that was a bit of a misfire.
Well, it depends how you look at it, doesn't it? Because is it a misfire, or, you know, at the end of last night's episode, are we like, oh, we definitely got to watch it tomorrow? And then they keep us hanging on, for the whole episode, and then they walk in right at the end, and then you're like, oh crap! But I need to see it tomorrow now to see the actual dates, But actually, I think that's what they've gone for. But it doesn't, because they're basically going on dates with the only single guy in there.
Yeah.
So whoop-de-fucking-do. Sorry to be a miserable bastard, but I'm here for the drama, Chris. I'm not here for the love. So, there's going to be zero drama created from that. Unless, they'll go on the dates. They might get on with Liam. I guess there could be some drama from that, but it'll turn a corner for me if like Davide starts, giving the eyes to Ekinsu or something like that, But she's probably too old for him.
Now, Dave. Oh, no. I didn't say now then, but now, Dave. We have had an email, Dave. It's quite an interesting email from Jason. Now, Jason's emailed us before. Thanks for sending it in, mate. A completely different take on Gemma and Davide, Dave. And I would say, going off the consensus, I've not seen a lot of people with this take. However, it's quite interesting. So he's put, Love Island UK, your take on Gemma and Davide is interesting. Personally, I don't see the creep factor that you guys are picking up. Gemma seems really mature to me and dresses like she's 23. I think it's because of her famous father and family. She seems very reserved and well aware of the game that's going on here. As her and Davide, I think they are well suited to each other. Their first date seems genuinely good aside from the number of kids' hiccups, laugh out loud. Davide could be a repeat of Adam Collard, but for now, I'm choosing to believe he's a sweet Italian guy. He even said himself he doesn't date too much. As for Amber and India, neither of them expressed interest in him, so I'm not sure why it's a bad thing that he didn't chat with them. Both of them are beautiful girls, though, and I'm hoping they find someone suited for them. Andrew could be the new Jake, but he seems not as stupid, LOL. So thank you for that, Jason. Completely different take, Dave, but it shows, doesn't it? Everyone has an opinion, whether we agree or disagree. I do like it when we get that difference and someone sends in. It's a great email, like Jason, really interesting. And that's what I'm wary of, Dave. When we're talking about Gemma, I know we've been called out about this in the past. It's sort of like you keep talking about this person, but it's like sometimes when the show is 60-70% about that person, it's difficult to pick up on half a conversation that another couple have because they're only on screen for 2 minutes. I mean, it's literally been the Gemma and Davide show for these whole 3 episodes, really.
Yeah, it has. But no, brilliant. I mean, all we talk about are our opinions, aren't they? And we never say our opinions are the right ones. So it's great to get a different view there.
It is, Dave. It is. So have you got anything else, Dave, before we close this one off?
No, I think that's it. I think, like I say, I'm hopeful for the drama tomorrow, Chris, but I'm not expecting. I think, mind you, I got to taper my expectations here. We've seen 3 episodes, and I always say, when you look back at a season, week 1's always a bit crap, and with it, being a bit of a longer season, then it probably will be a bit longer before the drama really kicks in. But let's see. I think overall, out of all of the Love Island seasons, I think this has been the weakest, to be honest.
So far, yeah. So far. Let's hope it gets better, though, Dave, because it has happened before where they improve, and they should do. If they've got it right, then let's hope they bloody have. So I'm with you. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, everyone, as always, guys. Big thanks to our patrons, patreon.com/CD Reality Cast. We do talk about our Discord channel. That's something that we're on there with our patrons, aren't we, Dave? Everyone watching the show and chatting and stuff. So don't feel like you're left out, guys. So it is something. If you want to become a patron, it is available there. Me and Dave watch it along with you guys as well at night, so that's really good. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com, and if you want to follow us on social media @cdrealitycast. So as always, the roll call of honor is Tom, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Noreen, Joanna, Katie, Dee Dee, Hannah, Priscilla, Susan, Lauren, and Lucky Lulu Green. And also, Dave, now Joe or Joanna is one of our patrons, our good friend Joe Russell. We played her message the other day. Yeah, she was giving me a bit of stick on Twitter, Dave, regarding the sofa incident. I've got a few people message me. Sam has told me to correct it and say she didn't go nuclear like she normally would, Dave. She wasn't happy with me at all. I was panicking. I was shriveling. She loved the fact that you wanted the microphone leaving. I was. I was absolutely shitting it. But yeah, I did get a bit of stick. So Sam loved that, Joe, as well. So really good fun, Dave. But yeah, she did say I have to correct it because she didn't go full on Samantha Phelps, Dave. She went, "You're an idiot. Why have you done this? We have no sofa." And that was the end of the conversation.
She's ground down.
Yeah.
She's just resigned to, what have you done now?
I mean, I did try and spin it, as you know I can, Dave, to be annoying. I did say, well, at least it's not boring living with me. And she's like, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because there's always some harebrained scheme or something I've not, you know me, Dave, I don't think these things through. I just jump in. As you say, I jump out of the plane without a parachute. You're the guy who's double, triple check your parachute before you even attempt to jump out. And I've already gone. And I'm like, woo, here we go. So, yeah, I can't disagree with any of them comments. But anyway, mate, thank you for today and another great episode of our Not Daily podcast.
Yep, totally not daily. Thank you very much, sir. And probably we'll speak to you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye now.